What's up, guys? This is Kephas. Recently, it's been really interesting playing Classic and Retail simultaneously and seeing the differences. Finding things about each version that I enjoy, and then finding things about each version that I don't like as much, and honestly just seeing which version I gravitate to more, which to be honest has been Classic. No surprise, right? I've never seen a boar make it all the way up here, a hell boar. Oh, he's wanting to fight me too. He's gonna regret making it all the way up here too because he's about to die. But like, it's kind of interesting, watching these two games go side by side now, and it's like, for some people, like I say, like I've read on Reddit where people are like, playing Classic has really made me appreciate Retail more, and I see people say the opposite. Playing Classic has really opened my eyes to how unfun and how how much Retail lacks. I would say that I kind of fit into that later camp. Playing Classic is like, wow, man, I really, there are a lot of things that I miss about the game, that I would really wish would come back, and Classic really shows how much genuine gameplay has been taken away from World of Warcraft Retail. Like I always say, I would describe Retail WoW as a arcade mode. For some, that might not be a big deal. A lot of people might read that as condescending. It's not meant to be condescending. It's just how I interpret the game. So, with that being said, it's like, lately, as Blizzard adds more and more to the shop, the more it really makes me appreciate Classic. Because it makes me appreciate a time in gaming where, when WoW came out, it was kind of a big deal to pay $15 a month. I want to check real quick while I'm thinking about it and make sure my pet is... Yeah, we're going to switch from Ferocity to Tenacity just because he's going to be a tank. But, like recently, at the point of recording this, they had reintroduced the Recruiter Friend system, which is... I think Recruiter Friend is a good system. But there are so many unlocks through it. Like, all this cool stuff, cool mounts, cool pets, and most importantly, a really cool transmog. Things that you, at this moment of seeing this, there are things that you cannot get in the game that you can get through Recruit a Friend. And wow, and then just like seeing more and more stuff in the shop being added. Like 15-year anniversary, hey, buy this, these alabaster mounts. There's always, like, every couple months. I would say that, like, well, numerically speaking, they add more to the shop than they add to the game. Now, that's not entirely fair because obviously patches come much slower, but it kind of, there's like this perception, right? Like, man, they add so much to the shop and they add like hardly anything to the game. And it does feel like that sometimes. Like, this Recruiter Friend, as cool as it is to have Recruiter Friend in the game to entice people to encourage their friends to play, like, to me, that should, I feel like a subscription fee, like, waiving a subscription fee would be enough. Of course, they don't want to do that because they don't want to give up the money, right? So you don't see that unless it's like a really long time. They want to make as much money as they can. And so instead, they elect to... What's this one? Hang on. This quest might be a bit of a pain. Oh, no, that's easy. We'll go do that one next. So they add these things to the game that they're cosmetic. They're all cosmetic. It's nothing that will give you an advantage. I mean, there are like there's like a two-person mount, which is maybe you could argue slight advantage. Not really, though. But it's pretty much all cosmetic stuff. But a lot of it's stuff that you can't get in the game itself. And I think that's what's really frustrating to people this time. On top of the fact that people are getting more and more worn down about this. I think I can just use this up here. So yeah, if you want to avoid the trash, you can just jump up on the top of the tower here, or with the weapon or whatever it is, and just use the item, which is kind of funny. But like, when you unlock these cool cosmetics that are way cooler than anything that you can get in the game, I guess I got to be closer to it. Let's see. Can I do it here? Nope. Can I do it on this one? I think you got to be at a certain. What the crap? Can I do it now? Okay. Maybe I'm too far that way? Can I gotta be up here? There we go. Okay, I went the wrong way. But like, I think a lot of times the problem is with this cosmetic stuff, like in this case, the recruiter friend thing, if you don't have a friend, then your option is to buy another account and pay for a year to get all the stuff. And that just doesn't feel very good. To get stuff that you can't get in the game otherwise. You know, like, that's, it doesn't feel very good at all. And it feels a little bit like a slap in the face, in my opinion. Can I just use the thing? Can we just get through this? Are you serious? Are you being temperamental? So you gotta be at, like, certain points, like, relative to where the quest objective is. It's kind of weird. This one's being a problem. Okay, now you're gonna make me fight. Fine, I'll kill the pack here. It's fine. I was trying to be coy, get through this easily, but it's fine. But what was I saying? Yeah, like, so like they add all this stuff to the shop. They add this new stuff that's cosmetic that is very unique, very special, more unique than anything that you can earn in the game. And it's frustrating to people when you're already paying for the game. You pay a subscription fee. Like, I think if you're going to start adding items to the shop, at the very least, and I'm not saying this is a good option, but it would be better, is at least each month give me shop points or something, or Blizzard Bucks back, so that I could, like, earn this stuff. Like, I know that WoW token exists, and that is nice, but come on, man. Like, one of the biggest problems that gave these microtransactions fuel and took a lot from gamers, it's very anti-consumer, is that gamers got the mentality in their heads that if it's cosmetic, it's not a big deal. You know, we want to play the game, so we'll accept that if it's cosmetic, it's fine. That should have never happened. Because cosmetic unlocks are a huge, huge part of gameplay. Like, thinking back to, like, Mortal Kombat, you know, unlocking Goro through microtransactions and pre-orders versus unlocking Goro through doing some really cool achievement in the game. In World of Warcraft, armor represents something. It represents that you did something awesome. It represents some cool achievement that you unlocked. When you put really, really cool looking armor in the game that is simply something that you buy, something that you do through, you know, putting more money into a game that you already put a crap ton of money into in the first place. That's the biggest thing about it. It's like, you already pay a monthly fee for this game, and you buy the game, and they're trying to get you to put more money into the game through microtransactions. Like, it's just crazy to me. And it's like, why? Like, this stuff, this new recruiter friend stuff, it looks like something that you would unlock through archaeology. You know, it's like, why in the world is that not an archaeology reward? That would entice people to do archaeology, to play the game. When you put stuff in like this, you're going to get money from the whales. Imagine thinking like, hey, you know, if we put this cool stuff in, it might entice people to keep paying subscriptions. You know, it's like you get that. But instead of like, no, here's what we're going to do. We're going to cater to the whales, get the whales to buy this stuff, and then, you know, people will just, you know, pay the subscriptions. I don't know. It's weird. It's like these really cool looking versions should be in, like, everything they have in the shop, there should be a similar model in the game. And that way, at the very least, you can say a person liked the mount model itself and they didn't want to do the thing in the game, so they bought the mount, right? But people will know that this color is the one that you buy and the title of the mount, and this one is the one that you earn. And I would make the one that you earn look a lot cooler than the one that you buy, because there are going to be plenty of people, just like people buy. It's like character boost. people buy character boosts, right? So, you know, it's fine. Some people don't want to go through the process of unlocking that thing in the game, so they'll just buy a similar looking model from the shop. Is that ideal? No. Ideally, the shop would not exist, and it shouldn't exist in a game where you have your people paying a subscription fee. Everything should be included with that game and that subscription fee. It's ridiculous. But if you're going to have a shop, then the way it should be is every mount, every pet, every transmog piece should have a similar version in the game. And the one in the game should look way better. Because it's about the game. And the shop hurts the game a lot. It's like, you know, there are collectibles in the game, but they're, you know, it's whatever. It's like, when you have this really cool looking set that you cannot, at this moment, and it might change, but you can't get it in the game, it's frustrating. There are mounts to this day that are unique to the game that you only get from the shop. That should never, ever happen, period. And it amazes me how people will defend this. Well, just don't buy it. Well, you can buy it with WoW Gold. Screw off. Everybody knows that it's BS. Everybody. It just is. Like, even the most ardent Blizzard fanboys, deep down, know that it's a bunch of BS. And it amazes me. It's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, you know? Like, GTA 5 got away with shark cards for so long, where other games who were doing similar things were not getting away. It's like, I'm cool that, like, you guys hate EA and all that kind of stuff, you know? But what about GTA? What about Rockstar? What about the crap they're putting in GTA 5? It's ridiculous. And to the point where they finally add a casino, and now people are like, whoa, hold up, you know? It's too late. Game's gotten too much power. Bethesda, same thing. They did a lot of shady stuff, and then finally, they screwed up enough. And it's like, when's Blizzard's day going to come? If they keep going down this road, sooner or later, it's going to happen. Diablo Immortal might have been it. It might have been the big thing. But it's anti-consumer. And the more anti-consumer, it's only a matter of time. You might think that you're unstoppable. You might be, oh, we're millionaires. We make so much money. We have so many people playing our games. That can all change overnight nowadays. We live in the era of cancel culture. And I don't necessarily like cancel culture, but sometimes I get the outrage. You know, I do not like outrage culture. I do not like cancel culture, but sometimes I get it. And I think that when, especially like in video games, like, it's the thing to do. Consumers they have their right. They don't like a direction a game is going or a developer is going, and they say, I'm done. And if they all collectively say that, I'm not buying your product anymore, well, that's what should happen. That's not cancel culture. That's called consumer rights. You know, that's called consumerism. That's how it should be. You know, that's the idea. We saw it with Star Wars Battlefront 2. We've seen it with other games, Apex Legends. I mean, it happens all the time. World of Warcraft, I think, if they keep going down the road with this stuff, as good as Classic is, if they keep going the way they're going, they're going to see something like that happen. They're going to have a reckoning if they keep pushing that. I'm telling you. And it's like when you started all this saying, like, you play Classic. It's like, God, it's so wonderful to have a game that doesn't have a shop. Like, it's just the game. Here, $15 a month, play the game. Everything that you want, it's in the game. Everything the game offers, it's in the game. That's how it's supposed to be. It should never be any different from that. It just blows my mind that we allow it. Like, I've bought mounts from the shop with gold. I think in the early days I was one of those people that defended Blizzard no matter what, and I might have bought a Celestial Horse mount. I kind of regret buying those things, but man, like, a lot of them are so cool, and that's what's particularly frustrating about it. It's like, man, a lot of them are really enticing. Some of those store mounts look so cool, like the pig. I want the pig. I got the dog with gold, like with WoW tokens. It's like, man, the more it goes. Oh, look at this succubus is bugged. She's dead, but she's just standing there. That's funny. But the more this happens, the more frustrated I become. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep contributing to it. Like, I don't know if I want to keep contributing to these store mounts and stuff and buying them because that's why they keep making them. Even with WoW tokens, it's still like, man, you keep buying them and they're going to keep doing it, and that's the problem is like people buy them. People are okay with it. I don't know. I think that what ends up happening is that you end up, it's like the people with the 2K sports fans, they never pushed back. They just accepted that this is how the 2K games are. Oh boy, cards. Yay. You know, now you have casinos in your NBA games. It's like, what the heck, dude? When did NBA become about slot machines and, you know, spinning the wheel in casinos? It's like, it's a freaking basketball game. It should be about basketball. Also, once again, succubuses are bugged. And you know what? That's what happens when you don't push back. You 2K fans, you get what you deserve because you didn't push back. You accept it because you just wanted to play your game. Well, the anti-consumerism never stops. It keeps getting worse. It's another example of a slippery slope argument that always is true. And it's really funny going back to, man, Activision merges with Blizzard. Things are going to get dicey, and everybody's like, oh, you know, it's not a big deal. Oh, they're adding a pet store. It's going to get worse. Oh, it's just a few pets. Who cares? Hey, look where we're at now, man. Where are we going to be in 2 years? Where are they going to take it? How much, like, where does it go? Keeps getting worse. Keep adding more and more crap in. More and more crap that you don't unlock in the game. They've added more mounts through the pet shop in this expansion. More interesting mounts through the pet shop than they have added in the game. I think the coolest... Well, there are some cool mounts that you can get in the game. I think like in BFA, the frog mount's pretty cool. The bee mount, that one's exciting. I think that one's the one you have to like tame up or something, like mature up. I'm not sure exactly what you gotta do, but that remember the Venom Raptor way back in the day that you had to like raise up from like to maturity. How cool was that? There should be more things like that. More profession mounts that are really interesting, and not just like a lot of the mounts nowadays. What sucks? A lot of the mounts that are in the game nowadays, you gotta spend like crap ton of gold to get. It's like get Exalted Faction and spend a crap ton of money in there, but it's yours. It's like, come on, can't we do something interesting? Like, can't we come up with cool ways to unlock cool mounts that doesn't involve rep grinding and the pet store, like, or the mount store or whatever? Like, come on, we can do better than that. Yeah, I just, I'm all for giving them money. I'm all for paying for things. I get that they're a business, but sooner or later, business has to be about customer loyalty, being in goodwill, that kind of stuff. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by clicking that like button, and feel free to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it as well. Don't forget, you can subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are posted. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and if you'd like, you can support this channel on Patreon. Links to all of this can be found in the description below. This is Kephas. Until next time.